Hey, what's going, guys? It's Marketplace here, and we're here with the Gen 9 slash finale of covering every generation videos before going on to making custom moves and giving a bunch of Pokemon older or newer moves, to say the least. But yeah, we have a knockoff Monkey Dory and Fezzidipity over there because they're not in Pixelmon yet. So yeah, again, yeah, I guess I could just get rid of you too, real quick. Why I get rid of you? I should just get rid of you. Please. You guys won't be here for something. And yeah, we got all these Pokemon to cover. Originally I did not have Tinkaton on the stage because I forgot to put them up there, so Veluza's now floating. So yeah, we have all these Pokemon here that are just normal Pokemon, and then we have all these Paradox Pokemon, which get new abilities, well, hidden abilities. Good thing is that for these three here and these three here, they get the same hidden ability, which is actually very beneficial. Well, it makes the video a tad shorter, but you know, it's not gonna be a super long video. I did recently upload a post asking what kind of custom moves you guys wanted, because I'm just gonna make one for every type to showcase, and then I'll make a bunch more off camera, and those could be like little surprise ones, I guess, or perhaps I do make a couple more for the video. Oh, but well, besides that, I guess I'll see you all in just a second to do the outro, and also to explain a little bit more about these custom moves, because again, this video is going to be quite short. There's not going to be much to really be covered. And yeah, I'll see you all in just a second. Okay, so we are going to go in dex order as per usual. Again, there's not that many Pokemon to cover, it's mostly just abilities. So for Splat Ops, we increased both its HP and speed by 20, which makes sense considering it's not a offensive Pokemon, it's more like setting up traps and everything with counter, silk trap, and other such things. So this makes sense in the long run. Also considering the fact that it has some pretty good defenses, some HP would benefit it. Next up is Dockspun, where I boosted its HP and attack to I boosted him up by 10, so now it's 67 HP and 90 attack, which I felt like it just needed to hit a bit harder. Also, it's pretty frail HP wise, but it has some good defense and special defense. I mean, it's really good defense, but 80 special defense, so I just felt like it would be beneficial to give it, again, more HP and more attack. Next up is Belly Bolt. Now for Belly Bolt, I just added some moves, those being Hydro Pump and Earth Power, because it already can learn, I'm pretty sure, Water Pulse via TM. Yeah, via TM it can learn Water Pulse and Chilling Water. It can also learn Muddy Water, has an egg move. So I feel like just giving it Hydro Pump and Earth Power made sense, considering it also learns Mud Slap and Mud Shot, so some special moves to help it have a wider move pool, I guess. Next up is Cloth, where I boosted its speed to 85 and its special defense to 70, and its HP to 75. So, bit bulkier, a tad bit faster, but overall nothing much changed in regards to Cloth, just a little bulkier and everything. Next is Tinkaton, where I boosted its attack to 85 and I lowered its special attack to 60. It doesn't have that many special moves like Caparaja prior generation and a bunch of others prior generations. They just don't have that many special attacking moves, so I downgraded it to 60 and I increased it to 85. Considering that Gigaton Hammer is a 140 base power steel move, you know, it's only fair to only increase it by 10, because if it had like 130 physical attack, it would be broken. So just 85. It's enough to make it hit harder. Next up is Flamigo. Now for Flamigo, I did increase its special defense to 75 by swapping it with the special attack stat, which is 64. Again, it does have plenty of special moves with Air Slash and a bunch of other stuff. I just felt like it needed to be a bit more bulky, and also it's more of a physical attacker anyways, so swap special attack and special defense. Okay, so next up is Veluza, where I gave it access to Sword Stance because I felt like it would have been a much better move to give it than Fillet to boost its stats. Like, Fillet Away is like fine, but it lowers your HP, which Veluza is a frail Pokemon. It sure has 90 HP, but its defenses aren't doing that good for it at all, so I feel like Sword Stance just made more sense. I mean, Fillet Away, like, let's see here. It lowers HP, but sharply boosts attack, special attack, and speed. So I see why that would be good, because it's kind of like using Agility, Sword Dance, and Nasty Plot at the same time, in exchange for cutting your HP in half. But it's not using its special attack much at all for anything, and considering that its special move coverage, while it is kind of extensive, isn't really being used a lot. It's primarily a physical attacker. So I also reduced its special attack by 18 points, making it 60, and boosting its speed to 88. So if you do decide to use Flay Away, now you have better speed, which is good in the long run. So yeah, gave it access to Sword Stance, gave it better stats, or better speed, and yeah. Next is Clodsire, which I forgot to put on the stage, which is kind of bad, but also I kind of forgot about him for a very long time because I was saving him for this video. Yeah, I forgot him. Sorry, Clodsire. So what I did is did something similar to what I did with Quagsire, because I kind of built their stats around the same time. So yeah, this was a very long time ago when I made Clodsire's stats. So now it has 100 attack and 105 special defense. That's all I changed about it. So it's more of a physical attacker. Oh wait, never mind. I also boosted its special attack to 65. So that was not terrible and could still use some special moves. But it's also still a physical attacker by the end of the day. And if you compare Clodsire's stats to Quagsire's stats, they're kind of similar in terms of what I did with them. If you watch the old video in Gen 2, you would see they're similar, just swapped some things around. So yeah, that's Clodsire, which means it's time for the onslaught of hidden abilities I gave to all these Paradox Pokemon. Starting with Great Tusk, where I gave it Sand Force, because it was an ability similar to Sand Veil in the vein that both require sand, and since Donphan has Sand Veil, I feel like Sand Force made sense for the more offensive physical attacker that is Great Tusk. With Screamtail, I just gave it Competitive, which is an ability that Jigglypuff has. Same thing with Brute Bonnet, where I gave it Regenerator. They share the same ability with Amoonguss. With Fluttermane, same thing. Mischievous has Levitate, so give it to Fluttermane, makes sense. Slitherwing has Multiscale, which is actually not one of Volcarona's abilities at all, which both Slitherwing and Iron Moth don't get abilities shared by Volcarona, because I felt like they were kind of bad abilities. So Slitherwing getting Multiscale is kind of beneficial because it doesn't have the best HP and defense, has really good special defense, but it doesn't have the best HP and special defense, so I feel like Multiscale would benefit it in the long run, as well as the fact that it is kind of dinosaur-like with a tail and whatnot with scales on it, so maybe it has scales in other places. I'm not sure. I felt like it made sense. Next is Sandy Shocks, where I gave it Magnet Pull, which is pulled from Magneton, oddly enough. Next is Iron Treads, where I gave it Sand Veil. Same situation with Great Tusk, just took it from Donphan. Iron Bundle gets Snow Cloak, which benefits it in the long run as well, considering it's pre-fail HP and special defense wise, and with Snow Cloak giving it a better evasion, I feel like it would benefit it competitively to be like put in snow with electric terrain, which sounds incredibly broken. So now there's more incentive to do that. Next is Iron Hands, where I gave it Sheer Force. I could have given it Guts, but I felt like it was a bit too broken for Iron Hands, so Sheer Force will do. I don't know what to say. Sheer Force will do. It's taken from Hariyama as well, so there's that. Iron Jugulus gets Wind Rider because I really couldn't think of anything, and this was the one ability that isn't widespread, so I figured I'd give it to a Paradox Pokemon. I mean, you boost your stats when hit with something in regards to any air or wind-based moves like Silver Wind, Ominous Wind, Tailwind, stuff like that. It boosts your attack when hit with them, and you get immunity, I think, from it. So, I think that makes sense. It's also a Dragon Flying type, or Dark Flying type. I forget which one it is. But, it's now that, so... yeah, I couldn't really come up with anything for Iron Jugulus, to be honest. I could have given it Iron Moth's new hidden ability, which is Adaptability. It's a pretty offensive Pokemon in the beginning anyways, so I feel like making it hit harder just made sense. Like, I could have given it Levitate, but that would be a bit too broken. I mean, I know give it to Nihilego, but I feel like this one's a bit more, like, offensive-based than Nihilego. So, yeah. Iron Thorns gets Sandstream, which it's shared with Tyranitar, and it makes sense. Roaring Moon gets Moxie, which is shared with Salamence. It makes sense. And lastly, we have Iron Valiant, who gets Download. At first this makes no sense because it could have just picked something up from Gardevoir or Gallade, but considering that Download boosts one of your attacking stats depending on which defense stat is weaker on the opponent, I felt like it kind of made sense, considering it is a robot. I mean, I could have given all of them Download, but I felt like the one that's center focused on just being this, like, robot warrior would benefit from Download, I guess. Like, kind of like how Metal Sonic downloads and copies the strengths of everyone else in the Sonic universe. It's kind of like that, in my eyes. I'm not really sure. Now, next is the Paradox Trios, which are the Paradox Beasts and the Paradox Swords of Justice. So, the Paradox Beasts all share the same thing with Entei, Raikou, and Suicune, which is Inner Focus. While as for the Paradox Swords of Justice, they all get Justified. So, yeah, I feel like that just made sense. Just take it from them as well. Now, for the two Pokemon that aren't available because they aren't in Pixelmon just yet, those Pokemon are Monkey Dory and Vesindipity. With Monkey Dory, I gave it Telepathy as a new hidden ability because Frisk is bad on Monkey Dory. And I feel like Telepathy just made sense in doubles, considering that if Monkey Dory is teamed up with a Tyranitar and said Tyranitar uses Earthquake, it could dodge it. I mean, it's supposed to be the smart one, but it's already doing something everyone has access to, so just give it Telepathy. Make it immune to ally attacks that affect everyone. And lastly is Vesindipity, where I just swapped its attack and special attack because I don't know why it has 91 physical attack, considering it has better special moves. It has like Heat Wave, Shadow Ball, Moonblast, Sludge Bomb. That is way better than Poison Jab and Play Rough. So now it has 91 special attack and 70 attack. Anyways, yeah, that's all for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. And yeah, let's go to Past Me, who's going to ramble on a little bit about the upcoming video about me making a bunch of custom moves and stuff. So yeah, I'll see you all in just a second. Okay, thank you all so much for watching. I get this wasn't a long series of videos, nor do I know what I plan on doing next, since I'm still working on a revamp of Season 2 of the Pixelmon series. Because, like, again, originally I didn't really like how the first one was going, considering I didn't really have a written down story of everything. It was just going to be kind of similar to what late games used to do, where they would just be in a survival world. Like, that's what the new series is going to be like. It's going to be more like a survival world, then stuff happens, as to mostly scripted stuff that is kind of boring and bland and generic. I'm not really good at making a story script. I'm good at, like, formulating it in my head. So yeah, it's gonna be more like those old late games videos that I used to watch a while back. Like, honestly, like again, the Pixelmon stuff is heavily inspired by late games, and honestly, it's just, I know it's a weird thing to bring up, but it's gonna work similar to that now. Anywho, in regards to making custom moves, I'm going to, again, make one of each type and show them off in the video, but I will also have, like, a Google Doc that will show a bunch of other a bunch of other moves I didn't cover. These ones are just going to be my most promising and complicated moves, slash, like, the ones I see, like, actually existing, kind of, because I feel like that makes sense. As well as the fact that, with a bunch of these custom moves, there's not going to be a lot for every type. It's just going to be, like, some get 1, others get, like, 3 or 2. Because, for instance, with that one dark move I mentioned last episode, I wanted to make another dark move called Belittle, which lowers your special defense harshly. I felt like that would make sense for a move, because most dark moves are either a evil slash not so nice action, like beat up, for instance, like you just essentially your entire team just gangs up on another Pokemon, or like taunt, where you are taunting someone. So the idea of Belittle would probably be like just like lowering their self-esteem, so they just lose their special defense. But that's not the point. The point is that next video will probably be about all these new moves I came up with, as well as possibly giving newer Pokemon older moves, or older Pokemon newer moves from different generations. Like, for instance, there's a bunch of Pokemon from generations prior that weren't in Gen 7 or Gen 9, but they could really benefit from those moves, like the Rapidash I changed up earlier, where it now has Temper Flare. We'll probably go back to give Galarian Ponyta something from Gen 9 as well, because felt like that would be fair. But, yeah, again, thank you all so much for watching. I know I was kind of a little rant at the end of the video, but, again, I really appreciate all those who watch these videos, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care, peace out, and I will see you all next time. Peace.